Friend, did you know that Americans are the most addicted people in the world? My brother Isaiah said the Lord spoke to him one day and said this generation is not giving their life away, they're scrolling their life away. An addiction to surfing the net just for the passing of time.
President Biden now marking 1 million lives lost here in the U.S. to COVID. Vladimir Putin has just addressed the Russian people moments ago, announcing what Putin called the start of a military special operation, in his words, to demilitarize Ukraine.
He says he and his family live like ants or fish. We eat what we can find.
Heat blamed for more than 1,900 deaths.
In Europe, nearly 2,000 people have died because of the hot weather.
The second coming of Christ is the visible return of Jesus Christ.
Come on, I want to encounter the power of God like never before. I don't want to live off yesterday's relationship with God. I don't want to live off yesterday's encounter with God. I want the raw power of God. Our comfort is killing our encounter. Jesus is the only way. He's the only one that can satisfy your soul. There's power in his name.
Matt, are you somebody special, or is this something available to every believer?
It's for all who are afar off. And it's a promise of the Father. It's the fulfillment of God's promise to endue Christians with power from on high so that they can be effective in ministry.
Those that don't have this paradigm, what do you mean she felt the fire of God go into her body?
She felt what she described as heat. And as we know as believers, that's the fire of heaven burning out everything that's not of God. He's the one who purifies. It's that same fire that burned up every trace of sin. It's a holy fire, and she experienced that. Her eyes get really big. She says, Jesus is big. Believes and follows the teachings of Islam. Said, Jesus is big. That name is the name above every name. I began ministering the heart of God to her, the gospel message of Jesus Christ, and she stood there in that car and gave her whole life to Jesus.